My name is Max Lebaron. I am an assistant professor in geography at Memorial University of Newfoundland. This project is called Monitoring Marine Plastics in Canada's North. And the reason we picked the North is that I returned to Canada after being abroad for a long time, and there weren't very many monitoring programs in Canada on plastics at all, and none in the North. And part of the reason is that it's very, very hard to monitor very small things in something as big as the ocean, in something as harsh as the North. So we developed all of these very specific protocols, ways of doing things, instruments, and partnerships to specifically target measuring these very, very small plastics in harsh, icy, windy, remote places. Over 95% of plastics that are in the ocean are smaller than a grain of rice. They're less than 5 millimeters, and that designation makes them a microplastic. A mesoplastic is a little bit bigger, and a macroplastic is everything else. So when we think of plastics and the plastics we know, they're all macroplastics. We tend not to find those in the ocean. We just find this very small confetti of microplastics in the ocean. And that's why you need really sophisticated monitoring, because you can't see them. You can't see them with your eyes. You can't scoop them up. You can't retrieve them and clean them out. And so that's why they need special study. So as expected, there were plastics in every body of water that we looked in. That's pretty much how planet Earth rolls now. It's also in beer and salt and bottled water. Basically, if you find water, I will find you plastics. And any plastics researcher can do that. The thing that was unexpected, or maybe not, was that plastics are actually still very low in our part of the North, which is the northeastern Atlantic and into the Labrador Sea, compared to other oceans. And so we want to work really hard to keep it that way by not letting other plastics move into that area. So the type of science that we do requires a lot of different kinds of people and quite a few people. So we just don't need scientists. In fact, we can't do it with only scientists. We also need community members. We also need fresh young scientists, students who sort of have fresh ideas and haven't been professionalized into specific ways of thinking already. So overall, there's probably 25 people in the lab on a regular day, undergraduates, graduates, other professors, community members, a ton of fish harvesters, recreational fish harvesters, NGOs. If you add up those people, there are hundreds of people who have been involved in this particular project.